Alma, Arkansas, June 9th, 1995. The air was thick with the smell of freshly cut grass and the promise of a warm summer night. The crack of the bat echoed through the small ballpark as kids chased foul balls, their laughter mingling with the cheers of parents. 6-year-old Morgan Nick, a bright spark with infectious energy, was lost in the simple joy of the game. Her mom, Colleen, watched her play with a heart full of warmth. It was a scene of pure Americana, a snapshot of life at its most innocent. Morgan, in her bright pink t-shirt and denim shorts, was the epitome of childhood exuberance. She chased fireflies with her friends between innings, their tiny silhouettes backlit by the stadium lights. Colleen watched, a smile etched on her face, her heart full of the simple contentment of a summer evening well spent. Little did Colleen know, the idyllic scene was about to be shattered, the carefree laughter replaced by a deafening silence. The ballpark, a symbol of childhood joy, would soon become the backdrop of every parent's worst nightmare. As the game neared its end, Morgan's friends came to tell Colleen that Morgan was catching lightning bugs near Colleen's car. It was a familiar sight, Morgan's adventurous spirit leading her on explorations. Colleen glanced over, her gaze scanning the parking lot. The other children were there, but Morgan was nowhere to be seen. A knot of worry tightened in Colleen's stomach. Minutes stretched into an eternity as Colleen and other parents searched, their calls of Morgan echoing through the emptying ballpark. The festive atmosphere evaporated, replaced by a chilling fear that settled over the remaining spectators. The warmth of the summer evening seemed to dissipate, replaced by a cold dread that sank deep into Colleen's bones. The search expanded, frantic and desperate. Police arrived, their faces grim as they took down the details, their questions a hammer blow to Colleen's fragile hope. Every passing moment chipped away at the facade of normalcy, revealing the raw terror that lay beneath. Morgan was gone, vanished without a trace, leaving behind only a void of unanswered questions. The small town of Alma, Arkansas, was transformed. The search for Morgan became an all-consuming mission. Flyers with Morgan's smiling face were plastered on every surface: telephone poles, storefronts, car windows. Search parties combed through fields, woods, and the banks of the nearby Illinois River. Every passing hour intensified the urgency, the fear palpable in the air. Witnesses reported seeing a strange man at the ballpark that evening. He was described as being in his late 20s to early 30s, with a mustache and a noticeable limp. Most chillingly, he was seen watching the children, his gaze lingering a beat too long. The image of this man, seared into the minds of those who saw him, became inextricably linked to Morgan's disappearance. A faded red Ford pickup truck was also seen repeatedly in the vicinity of the ballpark that evening. The truck, with its dented side panel and mismatched tires, became a symbol of the unknown, a tangible link to the person who may hold the key to Morgan's disappearance. The details, though seemingly insignificant, became crucial pieces in the puzzle, each one a potential breadcrumb leading to Morgan. Days bled into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. The initial flurry of activity subsided, replaced by the grim reality of a cold case. The leads, once plentiful, dwindled to a trickle. Hope, once a beacon, flickered precariously in the hearts of those who refused to give up. Colleen, driven by a mother's unwavering love, refused to let Morgan fade into obscurity. The red pickup truck, despite extensive searches, was never located. The man with the limp remained an enigma, his face on wanted posters across the country, his identity a frustrating mystery. The case went cold, the files gathering dust, the leads growing stale. Yet the question remained, echoing through the years. What happened to Morgan Nick? The mystery of Morgan's disappearance became a haunting presence in Alma, a constant reminder of the fragility of life and the randomness of fate. The community, once a picture of small-town tranquility, now bore the scars of a wound that refused to heal. In 2021, a glimmer of hope emerged from the shadows. New DNA technology provided a possible link to a man named Billy Jack Lynx, who bore a striking resemblance to the composite sketch of the suspect. Lynx, with a history of sexual assault convictions and a penchant for young girls, had been living a mere 10 miles from Alma when Morgan disappeared. He became the prime suspect, his life and crimes meticulously scrutinized. Lynx, however, died in prison in 2000, taking his secrets with him to the grave. The hope that had briefly flared was extinguished, leaving behind a bitter sting of what could have been. The possibility of finally getting answers, of bringing Morgan home, had been tantalizingly close, only to be snatched away by the cruel hand of fate. The news, while devastating, fueled Colleen's resolve. She refused to believe that Lynx had taken the answers to his grave. She clung to the belief that someone, somewhere, held the missing piece of the puzzle, the key to unlocking the truth of what happened to Morgan. Then, in 2023, a bombshell. Law enforcement officials, utilizing cutting-edge DNA technology, were finally able to put a name to the face that had haunted Morgan's case for almost 3 decades. Billy Jack Lynx, the man who had been a shadow for so long, was officially named as the prime suspect in Morgan's disappearance. The news, while not bringing Morgan home, provided a sliver of closure. The monster who had haunted their dreams, the face on the wanted posters, finally had a name. The community, for so long in the grip of uncertainty, could finally direct their anger, their grief, their need for justice at a tangible target. The announcement, however, was a double-edged sword. While it brought a sense of closure, it also ripped open old wounds, the pain of Morgan's absence made fresh once more. The years of wondering, of hoping against hope, of chasing dead ends, had taken their toll. But through it all, Colleen never gave up, her love for Morgan a beacon that refused to be extinguished. Colleen's fight for Morgan became a testament to the power of a mother's love. She founded the Morgan Nick Foundation, a beacon of hope for families of missing children. She became a tireless advocate, her voice a powerful reminder that behind the statistics, behind the cold cases, were real lives, real families, forever changed by the absence of their loved ones. Colleen's strength, her unwavering belief that Morgan was out there, somewhere, kept the case alive in the public's consciousness. She channeled her grief, her anger, her frustration into a force for good, determined to ensure that no other family had to endure the pain of not knowing. Her journey, while born out of tragedy, became a source of inspiration. She became a symbol of resilience, her story a testament to the power of hope in the face of unimaginable adversity. The disappearance of Morgan Nick left an indelible mark on the small town of Alma, a stark reminder that even in the most idyllic of settings, darkness can lurk. The baseball field, once filled with the sounds of laughter and cheers, now carried a somber undertone, a silent tribute to the little girl who vanished without a trace. The case, though still unsolved, served as a chilling reminder of the vulnerability of childhood, the ever-present potential for innocence to be shattered. The fear that gripped Alma in the wake of Morgan's disappearance lingered, a ghost that reappeared every time a child wandered out of sight, every time a stranger's gaze lingered a moment too long. The search for Morgan Nick continues. The hope, though dimmed by time, still flickers. The community, forever bound by the shared experience of loss and the unwavering pursuit of justice, refuses to let her memory fade. Morgan's story, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can touch even the most innocent of lives, became a call to action, a plea for vigilance, and a testament to the enduring power of hope.